The Colosseum, Silesia, Solaris City, Solaris, Federation of Sky, Lyran Commonwealth, 15 August, 3017. Gray Naughton leaned forward in his command couch, left hand slamming the throttle full forward. Though he knew the idea was ridiculous, he couldn't help the physiological reaction as he tried to imbue his rifleman with every ounce of energy to push the mech to its limit. The dozen-meter-tall avatar of man-made death darted forward at 64 kilometers an hour, at an odd angle as though it might fall over, as the machine's 2-meter-long feet pounded into the sandy floor of the massive Class 5 Colosseum arena. With the movable partitions separating portions of the massive fighting floor already on their way down, Naughton knew his adversary expected him to fall back and keep range. After all, why close when he outranged his opponent's Victor with almost every weapon at his disposal?
But he'll expect it. Never do the expected. And I know what you'll try, Hofstetter. What every Mechwarrior from Fitzhugh stable is trained for in the Colosseum.
Naughton leaned back into the command couch. Sweat stung his eyes. The weight of his neurohelmet, a well-known friend, rubbed his shoulders as he pulled the throttle smoothly back. The rifleman almost slid on the sandy ground, coming to an abrupt halt at the edge of the descending partition. Dragging his weapon's joystick into the air, his battlemech's long arms, paired Magna large lasers, and Imperator A autocannons reached for a target.
Right about...
The 80-ton Victor vaulted into view on the blindingly bright plasma of its jump jets before the massive partition was barely halfway down. Naughton grimaced. His aim was off by a good 2 meters, but he quickly swung the targeting reticule in line as it burned bright gold across his HUD. He grinned wickedly and pulled the triggers, managing pinpoint accuracy despite the machine's relative motions. Twin cerulean beams flashed, gouging white-hot furrows and sloughed-off armor in blobs of already cooling slag. The autocannons followed, vomiting metal towards the target, chewing into the already damaged right leg. Recoil, and the rapidly dropping battlemech attempted to walk the streams up the Victor's leg, but Naughton kept his aim on track, savaging the last of the limb's armor and sinking deep into the mech's shin. Secondary flashes of bright light spawned from additional internal structural damage within the blackened cavity. Hyper-focused, time seemed to dial down. Against the waves of waste heat washing through the cockpit after the Alpha strike, Naughton gasped and watched the Victor touch down.
Come on, come on.
The assault mech's leg crumpled under the hard impact of the jump. The Victor listed heavily before collapsing to the ground in a roar. Time sped back up. Naughton's second-to-last bout before the finals was finished. A roar of the crowd, heard even through the cockpit, replaced the rumble of his adversary's limb-shattering fall. Naughton backed away, just in case Hofstetter hadn't yet realized he'd lost. Then he played to the crowd by raising the barreled arms of his rifleman into the air, a titanic gladiator accepting his due from a rapturous audience. They already called him Legend Killer for taking the championship last year, and this victory set him well on his way to another championship. They all underestimated him.
Wait till my other rifleman is ready. Then I'll really own this world and topple every Mechwarrior from their Valhalla thrones.
Rifleman, Legend Killer. A truly ancient battlemech design, the Rifleman debuted before the Star League in 2505. Several variants attempted to redress some of the original's design flaws. The RFL-3N received widespread acceptance and was heavily produced for the Star League Defense Force. While the name Legend Killer is used interchangeably to reference both battlemech and pilot, the Rifleman Legend Killer was piloted by Gray Naughton to a series of smashing successes in the Solaris 7 arenas during the 3016 to 3022 seasons. For 7 years, Legend Killer reigned as champion, a feat unmatched in nearly 250 years of arena combat. To the delight and surprise of spectators, the 60-ton Rifleman often faced assault-class battlemechs and defeated them. While Naughton's skills are undeniable, the continued exceptions of what should have been a rare occurrence led to rumors that Legend Killer was actually a much higher mass design than its reported 60 tons, or was possibly upgraded with Star League-era lost tech Naughton found in the periphery during his time as a mercenary. Regardless of the truth, Legend Killer remains a name known and feared across the Inner Sphere.